A warm summer evening, sitting in the backyard of a friend's house. Kids are playing, music, chatting about football, holidays. Do you ever think of corpses during dinner? No, I mean seriously, do you ever think of dead bodies during dinner? I do, and I tell you now why. And at the end, you'll see that I'm not overly morbid, but that I speak about corpses at parties, dinners, and barbecues for a good cause. At these occasions in International Geneva, you always meet friends with very diverse backgrounds. Some scientists, business people, and there is always someone who works for an international organization and just came back from a field mission to South Sudan, Iraq, or Cambodia. The stories they tell are heartbreaking, but the message is most of the time the same. How can we do more to help people that are affected by war, poverty, or natural disasters? One of those evenings, a friend of mine spoke about his mine victim experience in Afghanistan. He drew a terrible picture of the war. But what struck me most was how passionate he was about the preservation of dead bodies. Foremost, to give families the possibility to say properly goodbye. He said, everyone has the right to bury their loved ones. This discussion has stayed with me since, and all of a sudden, it was clear that we can do something about this. And that was the moment where speaking about corpses at a dinner has changed my life. When my friends and I founded The Port. The Port, a harbor, a safe space to explore technological opportunities to humanitarian questions. A place where we bring together creative minds from different backgrounds, humanitarians, researchers, entrepreneurs, artists, designers, and so many more to work on topics beneficial to society. In 60 hours sprints that we call hackathons. Our participants go through a very strict application process. It's nearly as heavy as applying for a job. But this allows us to select participants and map them into very diverse teams and foster collaboration within a team of experts. It is amazing to see when the teams meet for the first time in person after a 6 weeks preparation phase. You see teams with changing team leaders depending on the topic, senior participants stepping back to allow younger ones to gain experience. Many of our participants tell us afterwards that they have never worked so well in so diverse teams as during our events. Do we do something special? Maybe, but the key question that we ask us is how can everyone contribute with their skills and their expertise the best to our challenges? Watching also the personal development of our participants gives me a great deal of pride. It shows that while I'm learning on the way about technology and innovation, I can do my part to help and solve these complex topics by bringing the right people into the room and unleash their talents. At the beginning, our teams do have many questions. They forced their mentors to bring them through decades of development, from zero to state-of-the-art within just a couple of hours. Our challenges are proposed by members of international organizations. They are well-defined and allow each team to come up with many, many opportunities rather than solutions. What really amazes me, if teams are taking the freedom to bend the rules, for example, when they reword that challenge from a $10 inflatable fridge to how can the fridge technology improve better body bags. And this is exactly what motivates the team. If you think innovation, body bags is certainly not the first thing that comes to your mind. But giving forensic experts just a couple of more hours to do visual identification helps them to bring bodies back to their family. You think of DNA tests, but in reality, most of the identification is done visually. Fast, simple, cheap, and with minimal infrastructure. So the team around the challenge found incredible ways to bring innovation into body bags. Bags whose design and features have not changed in decades. The team around the challenge presented their outcome to the Red Cross Forensic Advisory Board. They set up a new association, they signed an R&D contract, and now they are testing the next generation of better body bags. So you see, an idea built within 60 hours to show the technological opportunities is soon becoming a real-life solution. Sometimes our topics challenge the organizers as well. Let me give you another example. So one important milestone in the virtual preparation phase for each team is to come up with a wish list of material and expertise the team would need in the 60-hour event. Nothing seems impossible. Our team even manages to get astronauts and Nobel laureates contributing. But sometimes the things are a bit difficult. Imagine, you need to bring bags filled with food into a crisis region such as in South Sudan. Currently, 4 million food bags are dropped by airplane per year. To avoid burst on impact, these bags are repackaged up to 8 times. So we ask, what can we do about this? Can we have a bag that is more robust? We gathered a team of 10 people around this challenge, leading experts in their field, but none of them have ever thought about dropping food bags from an airplane. Amongst them, a material scientist from the States, a packaging specialist from Germany, scientists from Italy and Sweden, and an artist from Colombia. We matched them with field experts, people who are in the field dropping food bags on their day-to-day basis. They know the difficulties and the environment. Together, they steer the team to find a feasible solution and make them experts on their very special challenge. So on this wish list of this team, there was the question that they need a place where they can drop food bags to test and study the impact. A rooftop, a bridge. Nice. But what about a 60-meter high crane and a high-speed camera to study the impact? We all did not know until the very moment if the crane will be set up, if the weather will be fine, if safety procedures will be signed off. But with the help of a lot of great people from CERN and the crane driving company who even offered the crane driver for free on a Saturday, we managed to have everything ready in the very moment the first food bag prototypes were ready for testing. And this is how it looks like. we also have challenges that are purely software related, like in any classical hackathon. But what makes the Port Hackathon special is that we foster building of tangible prototypes. There are so many great challenges. For example, when a magician tried with the help of a magical trick to explain a cryptographic methodology. Or when the drawing of a trivial art statue led to an innovative design of a high-tech but low-cost baby incubator. But my main point I would like to share with you today is very simple. If you're like me, I don't know much about technology, I'm not a hardcore scientist, and I certainly don't know anything about entertainment or design. But I'm willing to grow and learn on my way. So if you're like me, don't be afraid asking others to help you making a difference. They will join you. They will spend their time and expertise, and together we can work to change the world. People like you and me. So let's get started to change the world a little more, now and every day. Thank you.